remember the Scott Peterson case?
Scott Peterson was taken into custody in a golf course parking lot less than a week after Lacey's body was positively identified. Peterson was charged with 2 counts of murder, one for his wife Lacey and one for their unborn son, Connor. The jury deliberation in the trial of Scott Peterson for the murder of his wife Lacey and her unborn son continued for 7 days. Finally, on November 12, 2004, the jury announced its highly anticipated verdict.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime of murder of Lacey Denise Peterson.
Scott Peterson was found guilty of the first-degree murder of Lacey and the second-degree murder of Connor. Scott was later sentenced to death.
And that was the hardest part for everybody because we have to live with our decision.
In March of 2019, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced a moratorium on the state's death penalty, refusing to let the state kill death row inmates during his time in office. He is currently on death row at San Quentin. The high-profile case led to the passing of the Unborn Victims of Violence Act, which is widely known as Lacey and Connor's Law.
Here's another example.
I believe just having a tape by the complainant and a sample by the complainant would have as much validity as a tape by ourselves, obtained by ourselves, and the sample obtained by ourselves.
So a few days later, police set up their own surveillance camera in Michelle's kitchen. They placed it in a figurine of a firefighter saving a child. The camera focused on Michelle's kitchen counter. Once again, Michelle invited Maynard over for dinner.
Myself and Detective Sergeant May were waiting in the garage and viewing what was going on in the kitchen. Like clockwork, almost identical to the previous tape. Once Michelle Baker exited the residence to put steaks on the grill, Dr. Munsing removed a vial from his pocket, placed it in her drink.
The 2 detectives rushed into the kitchen and arrested him.
At that time, I pointed up to the camera and said, right up there, you're on camera. And that's when he viewed the camera to look at it.
I said, I told you that you didn't have to have anything to do with this baby. And instead, you tried to kill the baby and kill me.
I mean, this guy had it all. In a matter of 6 minutes, he, destroyed his career. And, of course, Michelle's life.
Dr. Munsing cryptically explained why he had done it.
He basically poisoned the drink in an attempt to remove the problem. When questioned as to whether or not the problem meant the baby, he advised yes.
Lab tests confirmed that this drink was spiked with Cytotec 2. A search of Munsing's car trunk revealed even more Cytotec. Dr. Maynard Munsing was charged with the attempted murder of the baby.
I think that's just despicable. I'm ashamed to say that he's a physician. I think that he misused his authority and his ability to obtain a substance, and then he poisoned his ex-fiancée.
Meanwhile, Munsing was released on bond to await trial.
I need my family needs me, especially my children. I need to see them, to hold them, and to love them as they should be. The truth will come out soon.
The what?
The truth will come out soon.
Shortly before the trial, 28 weeks into her pregnancy, Michelle gave birth to a stillborn baby girl, whom she named Michaela.
He was already gone. It was a bad day. But my parents got there. They were there when she was delivered. My whole family was there. my friends, and they all held her and we passed her around, and we all told her how much that we loved her. I know in my heart what he did. My justice is knowing that he is eventually going to be judged for that.
Dr. Munsing pleaded guilty to contaminating a substance for human consumption and attempted felonious assault. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. He was also stripped of his medical license and will never be permitted to practice medicine in the United States again.
I have a lot of anger and a lot of hurt and a lot of questions, and and it doesn't matter how much counseling I go to, they can't answer any of those questions, and it's difficult.
Michelle keeps Michaela's ashes in a beautiful acrylic statue surrounded by angels.
Cathy is our liaison with the Pregnancy Resources Plus Center in Alamogordo. She is requesting that you please take a baby bottle home and fill it with coins, bills, or a check. Bring it back by Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. If you would like to help in this fundraiser, please raise your hand and our fine young men will bring a baby bottle to you. Thank you.